Hi there, YouTube live community, for as long as you remain and allow me to remain here. My name is Dana. I am coming at you live from Philadelphia on behalf of the Karen Cares channel. Today is a very simple get ready with me video. Is this supposed to look this way? So I picked up this new Maybelline 24-hour foundation in the shade Fair Porcelain. It definitely looks like it's going to match. And it looks a little weird, but we're going to see how it works. I wanted to jump in so that we can, so that I can just get some makeup on real quick. I have to hit the dispensary a little bit later. I've been having a ton of, unfortunately, I've been having a ton of pain, recently. I suffer from ovarian cysts, and I get them a lot, and I've gotten them since I was little. Really, the only medical treatment as far as like an OBGYN or even like a regular hospital midwife is concerned is hormonal birth control pills. And this does work very, very well to regulate the pain. And so if that is something that you suffer with and you can take hormonal birth control, then I would recommend that as an option, especially when it comes secondary to the debilitating pain. The issue that I have, I'm priming this pump a little bit. I already primed my face. I put on my Pearly primer that I love so much that I should have bought when Ipsy had sold it for $18 because it retails for, it actually retails for $40, but this is it. It's a primer and moisturizer in one. I'm just going to go in and I'm not doing any color correcting today. I don't even think I'm going to deal with concealer. I think if I do anything, I'm just going to go ahead and build up an extra layer of foundation around the eyes. And I might use a more neutral tone if I have to kind of use the orange in the neutral tone to do away with some of the darkness and the blueness from the under eye circles. I'm going to church tonight, and I have to get to the dispensary. So I'm keeping the look very, 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 very natural. Nothing fancy. I stick to neutral colors on the eyes. I probably won't do a whole lot with sculpting, but I did buy a new blush palette that I'm excited to use. This is the Maybelline New York Master Blush color and highlight kit. It definitely, that one shade here all the way over here is definitely too light to be any kind of a blush, even for ye old pale face like me, huh? Okay. So I wanted to, I did post on Facebook about the issue that I'm having with these cysts. And the only reason I posted it is because I just feel like I don't have any answers. I feel like modern medicine has very little to offer me in terms of meaningful help or relief. Hormonal birth control for me, oh my word. My husband has never known me on hormonal birth control, like the pill. That's probably why he's my husband, because no other man in his right mind would put up with a psychopath like me on hormonal birth control. Why can I not fucking say that? Hormonal birth control. I speak good English. It really turns me into a ratchety bitch, and I hate everybody and everything, and I hate, it works great for birth control because who would want to have sex with me? Am I right? I can't take it. It does something to me. I've always been sensitive to hormones, never more so though than since I developed thyroid disease, and particularly after the cascade of autoimmune diseases that I got a few years ago when my health really started to go south. So it has been several years since I have attempted to take hormonal birth control. When I did, I was suicidal. I was homicidal. I was not okay. It's not okay. This is providing like really good coverage, you guys. It's like getting a little cakey here. I think I am not giving the layers enough time to dry, but really I feel like this is like a pretty even, considering that I did no color correcting here. I'm just trying to look at it in different types of light so I can give you guys like more honest. I'm going to get a little bit closer to my mirror. Yeah. I can definitely see this is too light. Or maybe it just looks that way because I haven't blended it well yet. So I'm going to switch the shade around here and see if that gives you any different. That's a more natural light anyway. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so this gives me a little bit. This needs to be buffed in a little bit more, blended in a little bit more. So for me, hormonal birth control is not an option. Short of that, my OB is kind of like, well, she don't look good. That just doesn't feel good. So, I will be 100% fine, moseying along, having a great day, and then the next minute I will just get absolutely racked with this horrible pain. And that is what happens when these cysts rupture. It hurts. It hurts beyond words. And it happened to me earlier this week, and I actually drove myself. I got off the highway because unfortunately I was driving. A lot of times I find that this stuff happens at night, and I'm super thankful for that, but it doesn't always happen at night. It doesn't always happen at night. So the last time it happened, I pulled off the highway and started driving in the direction of the nearest hospital that I knew. The pain was so blinding that I started to get dizzy and was afraid I was going to actually pass out at the wheel. Now, I've never had the pain be that intense that I actually lost my breath. It was different, so I guess this is what really scares me. I've had this ovarian cyst problem for a really long time. So it's not like I am unfamiliar with the sensation. It's not something that scares me. So it's not as if my own anxiety about the pain is making the pain any worse. I have understanding of it. Oh, there it is. My daughter did her makeup, and so now none of my stuff is where it's supposed to be. It's not that. The pain this time, that time I drove myself to the hospital because I was on the highway and scared, it definitely was different. And different in that it was so much more intense, and it felt lower than normal. Sorry, it's really hard for me. I cannot do my eyes and talk at the same time. I don't know why. Again, and I'm just going to say this because it's one of the best tips I ever have read since I started doing makeup, is that if you find that your eyebrows are naturally very, very thin, or that you just don't grow a lot of hair there, like me, again, for thyroid disease, for the win, then what you want to do is use a couple different products to build up texture. So I'll use a pencil first for just to get the general shape. Then I go in with this little wax kit from e.l.f. that I love in the shade medium. It helps me build up the color on the thin little hairs that are there. And again, it's church and it's going to be the nighttime. I don't have to look like I'm ready to go out to the club. Okay, guys, we're really just keeping it simple. All right. And then the next and finishing step is a little powder. It seals it once I powder it. And because I don't want any of these hairs moving out of place and getting in my eyeshadow, my final step is going to be to go in with this 24-hour brow setter gel, which unironically enough, I will be taking off in about 6 hours. I have to get downstairs. I'm making a delicious chicken dinner tonight. It is day 3 of the Derek Chauvin trial. I have been completely unable to find time in the day to stay with the news there. But what I find most telling is what they're not telling us. Not telling us about how that city is doing at night, about how the residents near the George Floyd Memorial are faring in the evening. It is not good if you're not familiar. All right. I'm going to keep it real simple. Use this gold multi-stick on my eyelids. This gold just really seems to bring out the blue. And I like it. Keeps it simple. And going for simple tonight. I'm going to do a little, I tried to learn how to do a cut crease on my own with shadow, and I just can't get it. But I actually find it easier to use a pencil and my fingers and to blend. So that's what I'm going to do. There we go. Again, pulling the cut crease out. Give my eye a little bit of lift, which it definitely needs. I smell that chicken down there. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go in there, soften all this up, and then I'm going to go in and just follow the pattern that I drew on, really. I have a couple shades here I'm going to layer on. This shade is called Say Whoa. And this is more of a warm matte, darken it up a smidge. It's a Morphe shade, so it's going to come out ultra pigmented, so don't overdo it, you dumbass. This is how I speak to myself. You see, I love my little friend. All right. Time out. I still have it right here. I'm going to pull it down low. I don't do eyeliner. My hands are not steady enough for eyeliner, okay? So I'm not even going to attempt that. Don't expect this channel to ever do that. I am too uncertain. And unless somebody out there wants to pay for me to go to cosmetology school, I don't expect to become certain anytime soon. All right, and then let's just go in with a big... See, and these kids are not cleaning my brushes. I'm going to beat their heinies. It's been a day. And unfortunately, I got to start wrapping this up because I have to get my chicken dinner. All right. And again, I'm just keeping this super natural, guys. I'm trying to go to church later. So natural, neutral is good. All right, and then I'm going to go in and grab my Smashbox. Grab this more yellow shade and perfect. Now, normally I would spend a lot more time fussing over that part. I am not doing that today. I simply haven't the time, energy, wherewithal, any of the things to attempt that. Man, this girl took my eyeshadow that I like. Where is my favorite eyeshadow? Or rather mascara. Sorry, y'all. It's all right. I'm just going to let it go. Why? Because it's Wednesday. Who cares? I'm not trying to be drop dead for church, really. I'm going to let this coat of mascara sit on my lashes and dry. Then I'll go in with a second coat. I am going to get excited about this blush palette. I'm going to grab out my favorite Tarteist contour palette that I am just so in love with. It's one of my favorite products. It's something that I will absolutely replace if and when the time comes, though I hope the time is not for a good long while. I'm going to go in with my sculpting. I'm going to keep it simple. Again, I'm the husband's home. So I better hurry up because he's going to be like, where's my dinner? Okay. All right. So I got my sculpt. And I'm really trying to keep it natural. As natural as one thing can be, anywho. Oh, I did want to use that Wonder Stick today, but you know what? That's okay. I'm going to keep everything else the same so that I can really review the foundation and how I feel that things sit on the foundation for you. And then I can always come back later and update. I can even update in the comments. There's no reason why it has to be like a whole nother video. Master Blush Collection. I'm excited. I have a stippling brush, but I don't know how to use it exactly. All right, this is just a regular 360 blush brush. Literally nothing special. This shade's obviously a highlighter. This is like a peach. And then there's a more dark purple shade. I'm going to pick up this orangey peach, I think. I really like that. Hey, honey, is that you?
Yeah, what's up?
In the computer room.
What you up to?
I put makeup on. How's it?
Good. Am I on?
Yeah, but I mean, there's nobody there. No big deal. I do it so I have it later. Wow. It's very original. Very original. How's work?
It was work.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say it in front of the camera because it's about work and I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, so I don't want to.
Okay, well then we can talk about something else. How's that chicken look?
I didn't look.
Oh, good.
So.
And I probably shouldn't use that brush again. Yeah, we got to do something about that snake. I don't know what exactly.
I might take it. I might start liking snakes.
Yeah, that ain't happening. You're no fan of snakes. Of snakes. Snake. What snake? No.
Oh, look at that. Let the sun be your light. I don't have to spend all that money on electricity.
Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. So, are the kids downstairs or upstairs? Like,
I got 2 down, 1 up.
All right.
Caps in the basement.
Caps in the basement. Chicken in the oven.
Chicken in the oven.
Potatoes oven.
Whoa.
Knocking stuff over.
So I was able to get all that garbage out of the backyard. all the trash bags and stuff, all the stuff in the basement. I was
Good.
like, freezer, man. Pat was like, "Oh my god, what is in here?"
You never took anything out of it? We had a okay. So there was a freezer.
Wait a minute. Wait, are we live here?
Technically, yeah. But there's nobody there. But just in case later, because sometimes people will watch them. Seriously, we had a freezer in our house, and one of the plumbers or somebody unplugged it.
Not on.
Obviously, like it's an accident because you'd have to be like
an extension cord, and he unplugged the extension cord thinking that it wasn't plugged into anything, but it was actually plugged into our freezer.
It was plugged into something, and so it stunk pretty badly.
My deer meat. Although I don't think there was any. I
don't think there was any deer meat, but there was a lot of food in there.
Yeah.
I mean, not so much meats, though. Definitely there was meats in there.
Yeah. Oh, it was nasty.
Yeah, the smell was probably disgusting.
So tomorrow I have work. Tomorrow I'm going to shoot to the house after work. We're going to meet your brother early. He's coming over to pick the refrigerator up first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to get over there early.
In the morning?
Yeah. Okay.
So what's your schedule like then?
Oh, I have off on Friday.
Oh, what, for Good Friday?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I got to go get dinner together, so.